Oh.
What is going on with the Pitt West Virginia line right now? I'm seeing it's up to like 7. Is Pitt making the trip? Are they even going to show up for this game?
Wow. I mean, obviously not a lot of belief there. By the way, guys, stay tuned. That's 2 more legs of our 3-leg parlay still to come. Keep those comments coming in. Of course, we always support. The easiest way to support the show is by smashing that like button and clicking subscribe. But let's talk about Pitt, West Virginia here. Wow. They are betting this one like they already know the score here. West Virginia, obviously taking a ton of money, up from 2.5 to 6.5. What's funny is before we went live, I was noting how much the market liked the under. And I agree with that, Rob. Actually, maybe, I know that you are kind of our resident totals expert, so I won't talk too much about it, and I'll leave the side to you because, that's a crazy move on the side. But I know clearly there's some skepticism about this Pitt side. They have scored 74 points in all 3 games this season, but we all know, and we've talked about it before on this show, West Virginia, now coached by Ross Hodge. He comes over from North Texas. He's bringing over those same principles: defense, rebounding, slow pace. So I don't think we're going to continue to see Pitt shoot the ball as well as they have against their first 3 lesser opponents. Also, Brandon Cummings did not play Monday. Is that something? I mean,
he has to be out. He has to.
Yeah, but that's still a pretty big move, right? I mean, even with his absence, I mean, woo, that's
It's not
that's
LeBron.
quite the move on this side. Yeah, I know. Yeah, although, hey, the Cavs, how about that? Rob, our B squad beating the Heat last night. But this is it's obviously, look, the market loves WVU. They love the under here, and I think those 2 bets are correlated. Rob Vino, if you like West Virginia, you like the under.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Although Pitt, under Jeff Capel, you go check their pace numbers, and they're not playing quick. They've been efficient offensively. They're a way better 3-point shooting team than they are 2. And West Virginia has defended both the 3 and the 2 real well this year. So you got 2 teams that want to go a little bit slow. One team's more efficient offensively than the other, that being Pitt. But the injury concern, I mean, lines don't go 4 points that quickly unless there's injury concern here. So perhaps it's Cummings, and obviously side and total both moving would be the correlation here. The Ross Hodge thing, it's out of the bag, right? I mean, we knew it right off the bat. Now, I'm on a show, a separate wager talk show on Sunday where guys who handicap football know all about Ross Hodge. So it's out there. It's beyond just college basketball insiders who know what's going on with WVU. And the question becomes, when do the totals become too low on West Virginia where we can punch back and say, you know what, it was difficult. I have to tell you guys, it was difficult with North Texas, where Ross Hodge came from. You never really know, you'd be staring at a 127.5. Man, do I really want to play over 127.5 with North Texas? It's so difficult to get to. So that's a question for down the road. I would think here, though, without knowing the specifics of the injury, for the time being, this has to be a pass. We've probably told you as much as we can tell you about how, in theory, to handicap this game. 2 slow-paced teams, one team that depends on threes for they're better shooting threes, and the other side defends the 3 really, really well. I don't know that West Virginia's put it all together offensively yet. And listen, it's the backyard brawl in football. That doesn't mean it's not a heated rivalry in basketball, too. This thing is liable to take on a defensive nature to it. So maybe the under is still in play here, guys. I think as we talk it out here, maybe the under is still in play at 133.5.
And Keith pointed out in the chat that it's a double revenge spot. It's a double revenge spot as well for WVU. So that might be something else.
So I want to add one more thing here, because I was just kind of going over my notes, and I had jotted down the Cummings potential injury. And I said likely, and I did this when the line was 4. Okay. And so I figured that was the Cummings, being out. It is now 7. And all I'll say is West Virginia, for how great they have looked defensively to start the year, and how, obviously that's Ross Hodge. We just talked about that. The offense hasn't been great. I mean, you know, they kind of like, barely beat Campbell. I know they ended up pulling away, ended up winning by 8, only scored 69 against Lehigh. Like, and then the other team they played is Mount St. Mary's, who is probably a 9th or 10th place in the MAC type team this year. So like, my whole thing is like, even if you take a starter off this Pitt team, I don't know that they're, and I don't think Pitt's any good at all. But like, are they worse than that? Like, should they really be catching a touchdown in this game? That's like, I think that move is crazy. Now, am I crazy enough to like punch back at +7, knowing I probably don't have Brandon Cummings? I don't know. Maybe the better way to go. I think I'm with you, Rob. I think the under hasn't moved as much as I would have expected it to relative to that side move. So I think that's the way I would lean as well.
Yeah. Cummings, just for those who may be unaware, he's an 18.5 point per game scorer. You referenced that Mount St. Mary's game, Trig. That was, I believe, as a matter of fact, yes, it was. It was my portion of the parlay of the day that day, the under. West Virginia, all 3 of their games have gone under. Those numbers were 136.5, 138.5, and 140. So interestingly enough, the totals were going up each of their games. Now it comes way back down. Lowest total of the year on a West Virginia game with the line move, and it is also the lowest total of the year for any Pitt game as well. All 3 Pitt games so far have had a total north of 141. So market has corrected itself here.